So this is a coconut cream tree. Now I've been busy picking from our other coconut creams around the grove, and I got quite a few. I wanted to show you how to pick coconut cream, at least how I do. One of the things I look for is this smoothing out of the skin. Now sometimes you get a little bit of yellow, and you understand. One thing that's interesting here is that it's a lumpy fruit. Sometimes it's not, and even when it's small, it can be ripe and delicious, and sometimes lumpy. Right up on the top here, you see the lenticels. Those become prominent when the fruit is maturing. So all those little dots there. And sometimes there'll be a yellow spot developing at the bottom of the fruit first, and the rest of it will be green. So there's a lot of different things to look for here. But this is, yep, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. So we've got a yellow spot at the bottom. And this was pretty high in the tree I was picking from, but if I looked carefully, I could see some of these sap beads. They're a little bigger than they often are, and so if you see those, that's a good indication also. But then we have this nice dry stem. So there have been a few that have had hollow dry stems, and that's even I feel like I win the lottery practically when that happens. But this is a fruit that is definitely ready to pick. It's got the black spots from the lenticels seeping sap. It's got a yellow bottom, and it's just basically a full fruit. You can even tell the difference. This is a less ripe side. This was probably facing the interior of the tree, and then this is a lighter green. This is sort of a yellowish green. So that's another thing to look for, is the slight difference in color. So, and sometimes you get really lucky, and you get one like this that was hanging on the tree. Usually, unfortunately, with coconut cream, they drop, before they turn this beautiful color. So when they're ripened off the tree, they usually don't develop this color. But that was another mango that was easy to decide to pick. This side, of course, if I'd only seen that side, I probably would have left it on for a couple more days. But coconut cream's fairly forgiving. If you pick it a little bit early, it will still taste wonderful. Oh, there's another thing I ran into. Saw this, couldn't see the whole fruit. It looked like it was ready to pick, and it was, but unfortunately the bottom of the fruit had been resting against a branch. So this is all firm. I don't see any breaks. Oh, I do see a little bit of, I think an ant started taking advantage of the weakness in the skin. So there are little holes there. But actually, we're not going to sell this fruit, but we'll put it, oh, there's a sap bead. But if I put it in a very warm place, it'll ripen up fine, and we just cut off the bottom of the fruit. Oh, there we go. So that was the last one. Okay, so this fruit is pretty big. It's got some lumps still. Got a sap bead here, some lenticels showing here, and there we go. That's the one with the dry hollow stem. So this was definitely ready to pick. We also came across this fruit, which, that's an easy one to pick too. Yellow all the way on the bottom, and we've got the lenticels going on the top of the fruit. So anyway, both of these fruit will be excellent. Here's a coconut cream tree that I haven't started to pick, and right here is a gorgeous fruit. You can see that it's got the yellow down here at the bottom, and so I'll just cut it off, and that fruit will be very tasty. This one's not quite as pretty, but it should be just as tasty. Got a little bit of rubbing against a branch here, but look at all the sap that has, dripped down, and also the lenticels are very prominent there, and a little bit of yellowing at the bottom. So a lot of the rest of the tree can wait for a day or two before I pick it. But here are a couple things I just picked. So this was beautiful, and still is, of course. It's got that from just rubbing up against something. And then we have this other fruit here that also has a little yellow on the bottom, and it's starting to yellow a lot more in the mid part of this fruit, and we have these little prominent lenticels toward the top. So anyway, coconut cream is actually very forgiving. You can pick it a little bit early and it still tastes very good, but it's also easy to tell when it's ready to pick. So not only popular fruit, but also pretty darn easy to get a really nice fruit.